Hey everyone, what is going on? I'm back with another video, and if you're like me and all the other people around the world, you're probably either stuck at home or stuck working from home. Is it bad that my routine hasn't changed in any way? Well, if you're like me, you're probably constantly sitting at your desk, which isn't the most healthy lifestyle. Trust me. Take it from personal experience. As I'm someone who's constantly editing or gaming, working from my computer, I'm almost always sitting. For a long time now, I've really wanted my own standing desk at home, so that way I could stand up when I want to be healthy, sit down when I'm feeling a little bit lazy, try and switch it up and try to be a little bit healthier. I had a standing desk when I was working out of the JK office, and it gave me a huge appreciation for standing desks. The only issue was that it was $700, which did not include shipping, handling, and tax, which brought up the price to about $900. And that's $900 which I couldn't really justify using my budget for my home office. But recently I found out about the game changer that is the SmartDesk2 from autonomousai. As most of my videos go, I was sent a unit to review, but I'm not being paid directly to promote the product. I do, however, have a 10% off discount code, which does give me commission on each sale. Again, as usual, these are my own thoughts on the product. There's two important parts of a standing desk. One is the desk itself, and the other is the standing part. In order for this to be a good product worthy of your money, both of these have to deliver on what they are. My setup is the larger 70.5 by 30 inches XL with white platform legs and walnut desktop surface. I customized my setup on the website according to the options that they had. And while I went with the more expensive setup at $469, the base price is still $379. Not a huge gap in pricing, which is a really good price, by the way, because it's under $500 for a good product. Side note, I noticed that it's discounted down to $469 from $619, which is $150 off. But I've rarely ever seen it at its full non-discounted price. Just figured I should let you know. From the ground up, we have the steel frame legs, which are heavy and sturdy, but not impossible to set up. In no way do they feel flimsy or like I'd ever need to be worried about the desk collapsing under the weight of whatever's on top of it. It has a max capacity of 300 pounds or 136 kilograms for our other friends. If it supports 300 pounds, I feel like that's way more than I'll ever need. But if you don't really care about the specs, I'll tell you this. It doesn't wobble and can carry basically anything that you put on it. As for the desk surface, choosing the XL size means that I have more space than I need. But also, I just don't really like having a small desk. The walnut top is actual wood and not compressed wood chips. The good thing is it's real and it feels real. The bad thing is that because it's real, it does scratch. I've put plenty of plates and cups on my desk and moved them around only to realize later that there's micro scratches in the desk. But it's hard to see unless you're really looking for it. With that said, you might have better luck using a black or a white surface. But according to their website, the black, white, and walnut are all made from the same material. So I'm not entirely sure if getting a different color desktop means that it will reduce the risk of scratches. It all depends on if you are careful or if you're really looking for the scratches. Another issue I've had with the desk is wearing. Plenty of times I've accidentally rubbed my chair against the desk and it wore down just a little bit of the walnut. If you can see here, the corner is a little bit lighter than the surrounding areas because it's a bit worn down. Compare that to an area where my desk doesn't get worn down and you'll see there's a slight difference. Again, not the biggest issue, but if you're looking for it, you'll notice it. Aside from that, the desk has two grommet holes which allow for some really helpful, handy cable management, as well as grommet hole covers made of metal, which just really helps maintain that quality that this desk has. The grommet hole covers come standard, and it's up to you whether or not you want to use them, but I like having that option included. Now, let's talk about the second important part of the standing desk, the, standing part. But what exactly does this entail, Sean? You might ask. Well, the motors and the controller for the motors. The stuff that kind of makes the desk actually stand. The motors are nice. I really don't know what to say about the motors except they just work. Press a button on the controller and the desk will either raise or lower depending on your height. It ranges from 29.5 inches at its lowest to 48 inches at its highest. It's not terribly quiet, but it's not extremely loud either. I mean, just take a listen. By far, one of my most favorite features of this desk is the controller. From the left to the right of the controller, it has a digital display on the left, which tells you how high the desk is currently, up button to raise it, down button to lower, 1, 2, 3, 4 to save as presets that you can always switch back to at any time, and an M button that allows you to save over the preset heights. That's amazing. I'm so happy with it. For me, my saved standing position is saved at 2, whereas if I want to sit down, I'll press 1. 3 and 4 are extras that I have if anyone else wants to use my desk and wants to stand as well. But honestly, I only need to use 2 of them, standing or sitting height. That's it. I love the fact that this controller just comes standard. It's not an option that you can upgrade to. It's just included. All right, I'm stating this because the other standing desk that I had, while it was fantastic, it was bare bones. Meaning it didn't have a digital controller like this one. All it had was an up button and a down button. And if you wanted to upgrade your option from a regular controller to a deluxe digital controller, that was an additional $40 on top of the $700 that you'd be paying for the desk, and then the additional shipping, handling, and tax that you'd have to pay. The fact that this controller just comes with all the bells and whistles and comes standard just makes me really appreciate this desk even more. Before I move on, if you haven't, please consider following me on all my social media down below or becoming a patron on my Patreon. It's all down in the description box below. Anyway, let's get back to it. When it comes to the setup, I don't happen to have any footage of the setup, which is fine, not a big deal. But it came in 2 boxes. One was the desktop itself, and the other was the legs and the accessory. Most of the desk I was just able to complete on my own. The only help that I really needed was flipping the entire thing over and just positioning the desk in the final position. It took me about 2 hours to set up on my own, most of it just being tightening screws. Honestly, it wasn't that difficult. The desk also includes cable management ties, which is great, except for the fact that they don't work particularly well. The issue isn't that it's not sticking to the desk, it's more of the plastic from the cable management tie and the sticky pad aren't sticking together for some reason. So now the underside of my desk has just a bunch of sticky pads on it. And I'm happy that the sticky pads work really well, I just wish it worked really well on both sides. And because of that, it's given me cable management that I'm not particularly proud of. The sticky pad is sticking to the underside of my desk and it's just really hard to remove, which begs the question, why did it remove itself from the plastic but still stay attached to the desk? Maybe I ended up putting too much weight on the cable ties and it peeled off from the sticky pad, but that shouldn't be happening if the cable ties are designed to look like they're supposed to hold all those cables. So while I like the inclusion of the cable management ties, the execution was a little bit poor. In fact, I just decided to use my own cable ties altogether. It doesn't hold as many cables, but it also just doesn't come apart. If you want to change up your habits and are in the market for a standing desk, I highly recommend the SmartDesk2 from autonomousai. It's well priced, it's well built, and while I do have my complaints, they don't detract enough from the overall product to say that it's not worth it. If you are interested in picking up your own SmartDesk2, you can use my coupon code SeanDinWin for 10% off your order. You know how this goes. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Got any questions? Ask them down in the comments below. Leave all your comments down below. I'll read and respond to as many as I can. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you to all my patrons, especially John Non. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.